And when it comes to bodybuilding, it really looks like people are looking back to the early days as these models, which you never would have expected. You know, even if I would have interviewed you maybe in 95 or 96, if you would have talked to me at the time, I don't know, and you would have said, what's the future of bodybuilding? You probably would have thought it would have evolved and got better. But nowadays, these kids are looking back to you guys in the 90s and saying, this was maybe the peak.
Purely bodybuilding? I really think so, yeah, because now it's diversified. From 80s and 90s, it was pretty much purely bodybuilding. Now there's a whole industry, if you like, fitness industry. And of course, the social media's had a huge impact on that. A lot more people going to the gym, but maybe they're not bodybuilding. And then they look at the bodybuilders now, and because of the social media and the internet, they're getting exposed to the guys like myself and Flex Wheeler and Kevin Lavrone and Sean Ray and all these guys from the 90s. And they're like, wow, look at these guys. Maybe they look better. And this was 20 years ago. And I think there was was much more work ethic then. Now it seems to be a lot of it is a bit superficial. It's more like how you look and people in the gym with a phone and taking selfies and not really focusing on doing the work. So I think people recognize that as well. There's something really genuine there that inspires them.
Do you think if there was a Dorian Yates that was pushing everybody harder, that they would have to really work harder, the standard would be higher, that things would be different?
Well, I don't. That's what the guys from the 90s say now. You know, now that we're all older and we're all relaxed, and you know, we can all recognize that it was a pretty special time that we were in the 90s of bodybuilding. There was so many good people there, you know. So yeah, it's great that the young people now are looking back and you know, Flex Wheeler, Kevin Lavrone, they kind of relaunched their careers, if you like, and it's helping me along as well. So perfect.
It's nice to see that respect, you know, happening.
And we have this mutual respect now. After all this is gone, even myself and Sean Ray were like polar opposites, and he don't like me very much, I don't like him very much, and we had that competitive needle that was always there. Now, you know, we can laugh about that and we can shake hands, and we respect each other, because you're only as good as the people that in a sport. You're only as good as the people you're competing against. And I believe that was the best bunch of guys in the 90s. So I came out number one on that bunch. So yeah, I feel very honored to be there. And the guys say that to me. They say, you know, we went the extra mile because we were chasing you all the time, crazy ass, over there in England, and we don't know what you're doing, and you know, but we know that you're just pushing all the time. So we gotta keep pushing. We got this shadow looming over us, so we can't really sit back and relax too much. You know, well, maybe, you know, if you feel like you're ahead of the pack, you can chill out a little bit and you know, have some fun. So I don't know. I mean, Dorian Yates now wouldn't be able to be like the Dorian Yates of before, because you know, social media and everything like that. So it's a different day. I could do that. I could disappear a little bit and be off the radar, but I guess it'd be very difficult to do that now.
Yeah, you couldn't be the shadow, could you?
It'd be very difficult, man. I mean, you know, you pretty much before the exposure that you had was the magazines. So, you know, you do your shoot for the magazines, you do your interview, and then you can disappear from everybody's life apart from through this magazine. Which meant that there was a great demand to see us personally more than now, because you can go on the internet and see everything.
And you being this shadow figure that they just could not check in. They couldn't check Instagram. They couldn't see
that's it. It's
someone in your gym.
It's the mystery.
They just assumed probably the worst.
Yeah, it's just the mystery. And I knew this, you know. I was pretty good instinctively at, you know, kind of sports psychology. I know what goes on with people. So I didn't want them to know anything about me, you know. If I was in Gold's gym every day and they saw me training, they see everything, you know, they know something about it. They can get, you know, they can see if you're having a good day or a bad day. I prefer that people didn't know anything. So I'd just be like an enigma that they would be kind of in the back of their mind, and they'd be worrying about that, you know. It'd be very difficult to be the shadow now and still be active, unless you're just going to do a contest a year and disappear. But it's not really practical now. And so in different times, you know, times change and everything changes. Now we've got the fitness industry which is a lot of people involved. But I think bodybuilding has actually declined, probably. Whereas the rest of the gym industry, people going for fitness, CrossFit, men's physique, there's so many different outlets and categories now, which is great. More people are getting in the gym and exercising. I'm all for that. I'm not, because I was a bodybuilder, you know, really, wow, I only like bodybuilding. I think any kind of sports and exercise is a really positive thing. Man, I don't do a lot of weights now because of my injuries. It's not really practical for me. As you know, I do yoga, I do biking, I can even swim now without sinking, you know, because I got less muscle and everything, more mobile. But I just like exercise. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think I'd be lost without exercise.